I have only built one house in my life, and it was here in Cape Coral. If you've built a house, you know that the building process can be rewarding, it can be fun, it can be stressful, it can be frustrating, and it can be really long. If you haven't built a house, then I would suggest that you get a cold drink, sit down, watch this video, and we're going to get started right now. Welcome back. I'm Sherry Puchacz, better known as Sunshine Sherry, and I work for RE/MAX Realty team right here in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. You know, so far on my adventure here in Southwest Florida, I have bought a home that was in foreclosure. I renovated that home and added a pool. I bought an investment rental house. I flipped that foreclosure home, and I built a beautiful, brand new, my dream home on a canal right here in Cape Coral. Whew. As you can see, I like to stay busy, and I'm here to share my journey through that building process as a real estate consultant, but also as a consumer. You know, my goal was to try to gain as much knowledge as I could about the building process during the 14 months that it took from building my seawall to getting my certificate of occupancy and moving in. Before we get started, I'm just going to do a little public service announcement so that you know how the builders work here in Southwest Florida. The builder's representative does not work for you. They work for the builder. However, they are certainly the ones that know the builder's product the very best. I, as the real estate consultant, work for you. I'm on your team and I represent you. I am the one that will help you through the financial situations that may occur. I can help you manage the timelines. I will go with you on the walkthroughs. I will go to the building site and take update videos, hopefully weekly if there is progress or if the weather's not too bad. But the way that it works here is that I have to register you with the builder. In order to do that, I need to either walk into the builder's office with you for the very first time, or I need to call the builder and get you registered that way if you are not in town. Otherwise, the builder will not let me be part of the actual process. They will not let me represent you. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we started talking about the process so that you're not surprised when things don't go exactly right and that you understand the way that it works here. So let's get on to the adventure of building your new home. So first of all, are you going to be paying cash for the building of this home? Or are you going to be going to the bank and getting a construction to permanent loan? If you're going to be paying cash, then you are the one that's going to be in charge of releasing the draws of money that are due at different stages of the building process. And all of that will be in the contract. If you are getting a loan for this build, then the bank is actually in charge of doing those draws to the builder during the building process. Next, there are a couple of choices about the lot that you build your house on. Number one, you can buy a lot ahead of time and then find a builder that will build on that lot. Or you can find the builder and they do own lots, and you can pick the lot that you like and have them build the model house that you are looking at on that lot. While we're talking about lots, there are 3 different kinds of lots that you can choose from. There's a dry lot, which is probably the most economical lot, so not on any body of water. The next kind is a freshwater lot, which could be on a freshwater canal, it could be on a lake, it could be on a pond. Freshwater canal lots are not required to have seawalls by the city, so you can either build one or not. The third kind of lot is a Gulf access lot, so that is on saltwater, and it is a requirement that you build a seawall there before you construct a home. Now, all lots need to be checked for certain things. We have these cute little owls that live in Cape Coral, and they're called burrowing owls. You do need to check whatever lot you pick for burrowing owls because they're a protected species, and you cannot build your home on a lot where burrowing owls are actively burrowing. We also have gopher turtles. Now, those are a little bit different because gopher turtles don't migrate, they don't leave, they pretty much stay there. But there are regulations about how close you can build houses to and if they have to be moved somewhere else. With Gulf access lots, there are things called mangroves around here. Now, if you have mangroves on the lot that you decide you want to build on, they also have to be mitigated, and you can't do that yourself. So the Department of Environmental Protection needs to get involved. They have special people that will move these mangrove plants. Doesn't sound like a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. However, it can be costly to the tune of about $2,500. And even more important is that it can sometimes take 6 to 12 months to move these mangrove plants before the seawall can start to be built. So you want to make sure, and I certainly include this in my services when we're looking at lots, that somebody from the seawall company or someone that knows about mangrove plants goes out there, checks the lot before we actually make an offer and buy the lot that you're looking to build on. So now the lot details are out of the way. Now we kind of move on to the financing. Once again, if you're going to pay cash, that's that. Some builders have in-house financing and title companies. Other builders would be expecting you to have a pre-approval letter from a bank or a mortgage company for a construction loan, which would then move into a permanent loan. If it's a construction loan, then obviously the bank will be managing those draws, as I talked about before. All along the way, as the draws are given to the builder, there will be inspections. The inspections will either be done by the city building inspectors, or builders can also hire a private inspection company that has been approved by the city, and all the building codes will be followed by whichever inspector goes to your property. There are a few different kinds of builders out there also. There are builders that are kind of known as the big box builders, and these are builders that have these floor plans and no changes can be done to these floor plans. The walls are where they are, the doorways are where they are, everything remains the same. The reason that they are more economical is because they buy in bulk for all of the stuff that they're going to put into your house, and the process can go a little quicker because their, let's say, 5 floor plans are already approved by the city, so it goes through permitting much faster. Now, you may have limited choices like flooring and cabinetry and hardware and paint colors, but again, these are the more economical builders, so if that's what you're looking for, then that's the kind of builder you should choose. The next category of builders are called semi-custom builders. Now, these builders probably also have a certain amount of floor plans, but you may or may not add or change certain design elements. Of course, there will be an extra charge for that. You'll probably have more choices when it comes to cabinetry and countertops and hardware, paint colors, things like that. A lot of them are upgrades. So just make sure you understand the things that you're choosing probably come with a price. Then there are builders that are totally custom builders. Now they may have floor plans that they start with, or you just start from scratch and design the house of your dreams. Now a lot of changes can be done and they just go and determine the price as you go along. Now of course, all of this comes with a price, so this is going to be the most expensive type of builder, but you know what? If you want what you want, and this is going to be your forever house, then maybe this is the kind of builder you want. Once you've picked the builder and the floor plan, you'll probably sit down with the builder or their staff and go over the blueprints to make sure that any changes that you've requested have been put on those final blueprints. The final blueprints will need to be signed off by you, saying everything that's here is the way that I want it. Any changes that come after that, if you forgot something, if you've decided, I didn't really want those outlets there, or I wanted to move this just a little bit, well, they have a thing called a change fee. And anything that happens after you sign off on the final blueprints is going to involve a change fee. And that's okay. It happened to me. I made changes after. Just have to be aware of how much the change fees are and that they are going to be charged. Next will probably be the design appointment. And that, I gotta tell you, is a lot of fun. But be careful of the kid in a candy store complex, because it can get expensive if you start going down it's just a little upgrade. Let's not even worry about it. The design appointment is where you do the fun stuff. You get to pick out which countertop you want, which flooring you want. Do you want hardwood? Do you want tile? What kind of tile? What color tile? What color paint? What kind of cabinets do you want? How about the hardware that goes on the cabinets? Then we move to the pool. Waterline tile, bullnose, the finish of the pool. Do you want pavers? Do you want solid surface? There are so many choices. I'll tell you what, it can get to be stressful, but make sure you go into the design appointment knowing that it's going to be fun and this is going to be your dream home. You may also have to pick appliances at this design appointment. For myself, we decided that we wanted to get our own appliances. So our builder gave us an appliance allowance, just gave us a credit at the closing for the appliances. We picked out the appliances. We had to make sure that the appliances were there on a certain date so that they could install them into the house for us. But it was great because we picked out exactly what we wanted. Just to remember, costs can creep up on you. And I am not saying that you shouldn't pick out exactly what you want. After all, this is your dream home. Every builder does their building process just a little bit different. Most builders these days have an online application where, as the building process is going through, they update, they put statuses in there. A lot of them will put pictures in there as to how the building process is going along, which is super great for people that aren't in town. Personally, as your real estate consultant, I go to the building site. I try to go every week, take a video, take some pictures, just so you know what's happening. I do that for all of my out-of-town customers. The only thing that keeps me away is sometimes the weather. Most builders also have a walkthrough before the drywall actually goes up. This is just to make sure that as you walk through your new home, everything is as you're expecting it to be. This is where you can point out if you thought this thing was going to be a little bit different or that was going to be somewhere else. Doesn't mean that it's going to get changed, but at least you've got your eyes on what you thought was going to be and making sure that it is. The next walkthrough will be just before you get the certificate of occupancy or the CO from the city. This I like to call the blue tape walkthrough. My husband and I each took a big roll of painter's tape, and any dings or mistakes or issues that we saw, we put a piece of blue painter's tape right there so they could know how to correct it. Now, maybe this is the time for me to say, and I probably should have said it in the beginning, mistakes are going to happen. You have to expect it. These builders have a lot of subcontractors working for them. They cannot be on the job 24 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day. The superintendents that work for the builders that run these jobs, they try to be there as much as they can. They try to check up as much as they can, but mistakes happen. Believe me, it happened to us during our build. But the true test is that when mistakes do happen, the builder, the superintendent, gets on it, gets it corrected, and we go on with life, and you end up with a beautiful home. Back to the blue tape walkthrough. When you do this, do not be afraid to use every inch of that tape. Believe me, our house looked like a blue tape-a-thon. But you know what? It gave us the feeling that we were getting everything that we paid for. So make sure you look carefully. My husband went one way, I went the other way. We both crossed paths and we went over the stuff that each other did too. And guess what? We were super happy with our house when it was the day for us to move in. Another thing that you need to know right up front is that timelines slip. The builder may tell you that your house is going to be ready next October. And guess what? If their subcontractors get behind because they can't put the roof on, they can't finish the pool because it's pouring rain here, then the timeline is going to slip. They are not in control of these subcontractors getting the materials they need on time or not having help to finish the job. Believe me, the builder wants to get your house finished just as quickly as you do, because guess what? Then the builder gets paid and they can move on to helping the next buyer. So that's my not so quick overview of building a house here in Cape Coral. If you've got any questions about anything that I said in the video, or if you'd like to give me a call or shoot me a text and get started on how we can get your dream home built here in Cape Coral, again, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, or give me a call. I'd love to chat with you. You may want to continue watching some of my other videos, like the one that I did about retiring in Cape Coral. I also have another one about the cost of living in Cape Coral. I'm Sunshine Sherry, and you know I am always here to help, and I can't wait to work with you.